Well, somebody clearly was hunting National Guard troops in Washington today. Police have yet to release the name of the gunman. We don't know his twisted motive just yet officially, but here's what we do know. For months now, Democrats have waged an ugly smear campaign on the National Guard and federal agents who are patrolling our crime-infested cities. Democrats at the highest level have used dehumanizing language to describe the men and women who wear the uniform of this nation.
This is right out of the dictator's handbook. Donald Trump does this over and over again. He says he's going to send in the National Guard to address uncontrollable crime rates, which are fictitious. But first, he needs to create conditions for anxiety. He needs to create the conditions that he can, quote unquote, then solve for.
But the people of this city are accustomed to rising up against tyranny. And if that's necessary, I believe that the people of Chicago will stand firm alongside of me.
And what the president is doing through the Secretary of Defense is creating units, official military units, to, quite frankly, watch the American people. And that's the thing that is absolutely abhorrent. It reminds me so much of what happened in Germany in the 1930s.
I mean, the comparisons that I make are the Gestapo. Disgusting.
Disgusting. Democrats calling our National Guard troops stormtroopers, Nazis, the Gestapo. Just a few days ago, Senator Alyssa Slotkin told ABC News that she feared National Guard troops would randomly just start shooting Americans.
When you look at these videos coming out of places like Chicago, it makes me incredibly nervous that we're about to see people in law enforcement, people in uniform military get nervous, get stressed, shoot at American civilians. It is a very, very stressful situation for these law enforcement and for the communities on the ground.
And the Democrats have flooded our cities and towns with millions of illegal aliens, many of them dangerous criminals, and some even radical jihadists. Deep down in their hearts, the Democrats know they bear responsibility for what happened in Washington today. That's why they are posting messages of condolence and condemnation. They know what they have done here. Now, there had been hope that Charlie Kirk's assassination would give the Democrats pause, that they would tone down the rhetoric and call for their members to engage in civil debate. But that has not happened here. As a matter of fact, many Democrats celebrated Charlie's assassination. They mocked his murder in some of the most heinous ways. Attacks on conservative students have only gotten worse. Just 16 days ago, a violent mob attacked a Turning Point USA event at the University of California, Berkeley. That incident is being investigated right now by the Department of Education. And tonight, social media filled with leftists who are now celebrating the attack on these two National Guardsmen. In the words of Chuck Schumer, they unleashed the whirlwind. And tonight, the Democrat Party once again has blood on their hands. Well, President Trump is right about all of this. The gunman is an animal, and no doubt justice will come, but we also need to have a serious conversation about how to deal with a political party that is openly calling for violence and urging members of the military to defy their commander-in-chief. There's a reason this nation has an insurrection act, and it's time to put down this rebellion against the republic. Meanwhile, tonight, somewhere in West Virginia, there are two families that were getting ready for Thanksgiving Day. Turkeys defrosting in the fridge, pies cooling on the kitchen counter, fresh cut wood next to the fireplace, spare beds made for the out-of-town relatives. Those houses should be bustling with joy and excitement, but tonight, just an eerie and unsettled silence. Joy replaced with great sorrow. Families rushing to be by the sides of their loved ones, now clinging for dear life. Gunned down, not in some godforsaken third world country, but right here in America, in our nation's capital, in the shadow of the White House. What does that say about us? It's a question we can contemplate at another time, but right now, all of us should be gathered in our living rooms and kitchens, wherever we might be this evening, on bended knee, asking God for not one, but two Thanksgiving miracles.